telling you can't be selfish because I seen you at the All-Star game before and you wanted to score and not pass the ball.
This guy said, did she really say you can't be selfish when she takes 30 shots and misses 27 of them instead of passing to her teammate?
The queen of missed shots, a closer look at Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark. It's a real shame when someone with so much potential falls short of the mark, especially when they're more concerned with the spotlight than the game itself. Angel Reese has often been referred to as a legend, but many of her actions, both on and off the court, raise some serious questions. Her shot selection can sometimes be
LSU legends, Angel Reese, Jaden Daniels. Do not clump in Jaden with that bum. Angel, only a legend in her own mind. A lot of people roasted the legend part. Legend and Angel Reese should never be in the same sentence. Reese wishes she was a legend like Caitlin Clark.
Than good decision-making, and when the blame for missed opportunities is placed elsewhere, it's hard to ignore the hypocrisy. Recently, LSU's Angel Reese and Jaden Daniels were in the spotlight, but let's not lump them together. Jaden Daniels is on a different level. As for Reese, calling her a legend feels like a stretch. Many fans agree that she wishes she had the kind of recognition that Caitlin Clark
showed up with her business out. You can see the business is just everywhere. Chesticles bouncing all over the place. She's not any good at basketball, so she has to show some skin to stay.
Earns. When you watch Clark's game, it's clear that she doesn't need to rely on anything but her skills. She's proven herself time and time again, both in college and on the national stage. Angel Reese's approach to the game has often been criticized. She's been known for putting up stats that are padded by rebounds off her own missed shots and for celebrating double.
Had games yesterday. This is their season. They got games tomorrow. Angel Reese, of course, as you can expect, would be in the basketball court, deep in the lab, really putting in work. Except she wasn't.
Don't really tell the full story. There's a perception that her team tends to perform better when she's on the bench, and it's hard to ignore that trend. Meanwhile, while her teammates are grinding on the court, Reese seems more focused on staying in the public eye. At the Super Bowl, Reese was front and center, trying to capture some of the attention, but it backfired. Even some of her own fans couldn't defend her this time. They called out her priorities, questioning why she seemed to care more about clout than about improving her game. While Angel Reese was out there chasing the spotlight, Caitlin Clark was putting in the real work. Clark doesn't need viral moments or flashy outfits to stay.
As well, taking care of business, bruh. She's doing her Gatorade thing. She got a Nike commercial about to drop. She's doing drills. She's not on the red carpet half naked. I'm telling you, bruh. Caitlin Clark definitely looked like she's taking care of everything she needed to get done to go back to Indiana and finish.
Her game speaks for itself. While Reese was stealing headlines for all the wrong reasons, Clark was quietly dominating, inspiring the next generation, and continuing to prove why she's on a completely different level. Even when it comes to personal impact, Clark continues to shine. While Reese was making headlines for all the wrong reasons, Clark's jersey retirement alone garnered 1.1 million viewers, without her even stepping onto the court. That's real legacy building, folks. Caitlin Clark is not out there looking for attention, she's putting in the work.
Angel Reese failed to break 100,000 viewers. Now tell me again how everybody's tuning.
Raid, Nike, or just focusing on basketball, Clark's been handling her business. In fact, while Reese was playing fashionista at the Super Bowl, Clark was back in the gym, preparing for the next season and showing us exactly what it takes to be truly great. When it comes to drawing attention, it's clear that Caitlin Clark has taken the spotlight in a way that Angel Reese can't seem to match. While Reese struggles to draw 100,000 viewers on a good day, Caitlin Clark's presence,
just like they do and everything, but forget them. I mean, I miss layups too. So, I mean,
everybody miss layups, but they can't get mad if I get the rebound, box me out.
Yeah.
You're like 6'4". Is there a reason you cannot hit a damn layup?
Don't be mad because your fade didn't box her out.
Can't be ignored. Her recent appearance drew an average of 1.1 million viewers. That's a true testament to her consistent greatness and influence on the game, while Reese is still fighting for relevance. Reese's Super Bowl appearance might have been a way to grab attention, but it only highlighted the contrast between her approach and Clark's. The truth is, Caitlin Clark is about excellence.
Yes, it is unrivaled. It is also unwatched. Look, let's be honest, we can sugarcoat it all you want, but if you don't have Caitlin Clark playing women's basketball, or if you're not the NCAA tournament playing women's basketball, you got nothing. Zero zip, nothing. Angel Reese may be playing in the league, but who wants to see a goofy 6'6" woman miss layups?
While Angel Reese seems more focused on staying in the limelight. Reese's recent actions, including criticizing others for not passing the ball, feel out of touch when you consider her own performance. It's like LeBron James calling someone out for flopping while doing the same himself. It's hard to take that criticism seriously. There's no denying that every player misses shots. It's part of the game. But when you consistently miss layups, force bad shots, and
NBA that does this more than Reese from tonight's game, third quarter, in 16 seconds, Reese took 4 shots, missed the first 3 shots, got an offensive rebound off her own 3 misses, and then finally made the 4th. But, quote, double-double.
fail to work with your teammates, it raises some questions. Angel Reese has made a habit of forcing plays and ignoring open teammates, all while padding her stats with rebounds off her own misses. Yet she has the audacity to criticize others for not sharing the ball. It's a level of delusion that's hard to ignore. Let's talk about the unrivaled league where Reese was supposed to shine. The reality? Without Caitlin Clark or the NCAA tournament, the women's basketball
Celebrating another double-double. And I do understand a double-double from her and a win, missing your shot.
feels like it's missing something. Angel Reese may be on the court, but her style of play leaves much to be desired. Missed layups, forced shots, and empty stats, it's almost like watching a blooper reel on repeat. Her fans may celebrate every rebound, but let's be honest, she's often just cleaning up her own mistakes. In one recent game, Reese took 4 shots in just 16 seconds during the third quarter, missing the first 3 before finally making the 4th. It's these kinds of moments that highlight her inconsistency and remind us why Caitlin Clark's style of play is what the world wants to see. Clark doesn't rely on missed shots to pad her stats, she makes her shots count and leads by example, both on and off the court. In the end,
her going to the game, it's the second most watched NCAA game. Like, that's crazy. That just shows how popular she is right now.
The one thing I would say about Caitlin Clark fans still go in.
Is clear, Caitlin Clark represents the future of women's basketball, while Angel Reese seems more concerned with staying in the conversation than with improving her game. The numbers, the skills, and the consistency speak for themselves. Angel Reese's fans are quick to celebrate double-doubles, but let's take a closer look at the facts.
She thinks she is, or she's moving the needle. No. People are reaching for their remote when her games come on and clicking to something else. They're tuning.
Team actually plays better when she's on the bench. This isn't just an opinion, it's a reality. The offense flows more smoothly, and the defense tightens up. It's almost like a different team when she's off the court. If she were truly the star she thinks she is, her absence would leave a noticeable gap, not lead to a more fluid and cohesive game. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark doesn't need to rely on
Crazy about this. The numbers were much better than NBA legend Kobe Bryant's jersey retirement ceremony on December 18, 2017. On Iowa versus USC, February 3rd is also the second most watched game in NCAA history, just by her going to
or forced shots. She dominates the game effortlessly, showing that true greatness doesn't require constant attention-grabbing moments. Clark's impact is undeniable, even when she's not on the court. While Reese was busy making headlines for her Super Bowl antics, Clark's presence alone
Angel Reese's game is never going to get better, y'all. Her mom telling her this and her fans are the same exact way. Zero accountability, bro. Imagine this, y'all. You playing basketball in front of the whole world. People have been constantly criticizing your game and you messing up on the court. There's all this film and everything about what you need to do better and what you're messing up on. And your mom is just sitting here telling you, well, forget them. Just forget them, bro. Like, that's terrible advice.
Outshine her. Her Nike commercial reached millions, and she broke records without even stepping onto the court. Reese's struggle to get attention for her actual game stands in stark contrast to Clark's effortless ability to capture the spotlight. Clark's mere presence at a game is enough to set viewership records, just the second.
See why Angel Reese is the way that she is, man. Look at how her mom is just talking to her, telling her just forget them, bro. But then y'all are so mad that the world doesn't like her and talk so much shit about her, bro.
Right.
And then she's like, oh, everybody misses layups. I'm so tired of this everybody misses layups thing. Yes, a whole bunch of basketball players miss layups, but people are not missing layups like Angel.
Watched NCAA game in history. Her fans follow her wherever she goes, and that's a level of influence Reese has yet to reach. Here's the difference between the two. One player is dedicated to basketball, the other is chasing fame. Caitlin Clark spends her time in the gym, focused on perfecting her game, while Angel Reese seems more concerned with the spotlight, chasing photo ops, complaining about WNBA
in the league. So that means you're last and at the bottom. So that means you're the worst and nobody is missing like you are.
God, this is not rocket science. Angel Reese GPA holders, bro. This is not rocket science, man. This is amazing. Y'all just cannot keep it real with this girl, bro. That's why she looks like she looks like.
When things don't go her way. The truth is, when Reese's games come on, many people simply tune out, changing the channel in favor of something more captivating. Reese's Super Bowl stunt only revealed how misplaced her priorities are. She may talk a big game, but when it's time to back it up, all we see are missed layups and excuses. While Reese was trying to hijack the spotlight, Caitlin Clark was
like, if Steph Curry showed up somewhere, there would be more posts about Caitlin Clark showing up there. There are levels to fame, and the level of fame Caitlin Clark is at might be up there with the highest.
Focusing on her craft, inspiring millions, and proving why she's the face of women's basketball. The numbers don't lie. Clark's Iowa vs. USC game on February 3, 2023, became the second most watched NCAA game in history. To put that in perspective, it even outpaced the jersey retirement ceremony of NBA legend Kobe Bryant. Reese may be at the center of some events, but Clark's ability to attract massive viewership without being front and center speaks volumes about her influence. If Angel Reese truly cared about improving her game, she'd be in the gym working on her finishing skills, not showing up to every major event like she's part of the Kardashian family. But that's the thing, she isn't as focused on greatness as she is on being famous. Until that changes, it's hard to see her game improving, and that's why she'll never reach the level of greatness Caitlin Clark has already achieved. It's
ranks of WNBA players right now, and Caitlin Clark is really high. One could argue she's not high enough, but I think it's pretty surprising for a lot of these folks. I will tell you this straight up. Angel Reese ain't nowhere to be found in the top 10. She's not involved. You're not here. Sorry, but not sorry. You're not to be seen.
Fans often seem to overlook accountability. Imagine this, you're playing basketball in front of the whole world, critics are constantly pointing out your flaws, and yet, instead of facing those critiques head-on and working to improve, you're being told by those around you to just ignore it. This lack of constructive advice does a disservice to her growth as a player. While the unrivaled league is still fighting for its place in the spotlight, what does Reese do? She skips practice, starts a podcast, complains about her paycheck, and chases.
Let's all get a laugh together here, because this is the list. And you see the list, right? Well, I don't see, correct me if I'm wrong, do you see Angel Reese on the
celebrity event she can find? Her priorities seem clear, they don't involve becoming a better basketball player. Instead of focusing on her craft, she's more interested in building her public persona. And while that may work for some, it's clear that this approach won't lead to lasting greatness. Now, look at Caitlin Clark. She's the complete opposite. Clark doesn't skip practice, doesn't chase fame, and certainly isn't using every event to draw attention to herself.
That is wrong. She is the needle. She dictates. We all know what she's done on the floor. It's history, right? But off the floor, my goodness.
Even when Reese was attending the Super Bowl, Clark was staying focused, doing drills, and representing the game with professionalism. The difference here is stark. One player is building a legacy, the other is building a highlight reel for social media. Reese may be technically one of the worst finishers in the league right now, but that's just the reality of her game. No one's missing layups like she is, and that's not a minor flaw, it's a significant gap in her skill set. It's not about excusing her mistakes, it's about facing them and working to improve. Right now, it's hard to take her complaints seriously when she isn't putting in the work to back them up. Here's where the real shift is happening, even Reese.
Caitlin Clark Flash Show. So, it's gonna be phenomenal playing with a point guard, like you said, that have a good vision on the court, because that's like as soon as she get the ball in her hand, she's throwing it up because she already see the person down the court before she even get the ball in her hand. So that's one thing I love about her vision on the court. I really can't wait to catch all those passes and give her all
truth. They're seeing that while she talks a big game, her actions don't match up to her words. She complains about being underpaid, but is she putting in the work to prove she's worth more? Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is setting an example, not just with her.
Gone online for 2 times. One is to call out the crazy people attacking her right now because she joined.
But with her mindset. She's focused on growth and improving her craft, not chasing the next viral moment. There's a big difference between wanting fame and
Does everybody hate Caitlin Clark? And do you hate Caitlin Clark? Come on, talk
dude.
to me.
Absolutely not. I think that she's a gem. I didn't know her, but All-Star Weekend, we kind of bantered back and forth a little bit. And she's lovely. She has a lot of pressure on her shoulders. And I think a lot of people always have a lot to say with people they don't even know or shoes they've never been in. And for me, I think she's handling the pressure very well. She's doing a lot of great things for women's basketball. And I'm a fan. Like, I would love to play with her one day, for real.